And we are live. Sorry it took so long, guys, but I was having a conversation with some of the members of the Poor Bastards like Lonely Wolf, JJ, and S-Man. And we were just talking about random stuff on here. Anyway, how's it going, YouTube? My name is 64 Beastie Man, and today I'm going to be talking about Deadpool 2. Now, I assume that a lot of people have seen Deadpool 2 already. Funny as hell movie. For those of you who didn't watch it, pull out of this video because I'm just going to be spoiling the shit out of this thing. If you have seen it, then stick around for the entire video. You're gonna get your money's worth for a spoiler video. Anyways, let's get right into it. So first thing I want to address is the opening where Deadpool throws a cigarette bum into an open barrel of oil. Like he's resting on top of a bed of just oil drums. And he throws a cigarette bum up into the air. It goes into the oil drum, and the whole thing explodes, causing him to explode into a million pieces. That was definitely a what the fuck intro that I was not expecting out of Deadpool. But then that transitions to about 6 weeks earlier when we see that Deadpool was doing his murky thing. He was being hired for contracts. He was killing motherfuckers, which leads all the way up to, and some of you might see this coming, Deadpool going back to Vanessa, a raid on the apartment going on, and Vanessa gets killed because Deadpool misses one of the uh, one of the henchmen that were sent to kill him. Like he threw a knife right at him, it hits the wall, and then bam, Vanessa gets shot right in the chest. Then Wade Wilson goes after the thug, like smashes into his car, causes him to crash, and then he just hugs him before an ambulance hits them both. Which all comes back around to, well, worst thing I gotta say first is the first scene that Wade Wilson has with the blind grandma that he usually speaks to. She and that line she says, where, where Blind Al says, "You can't live until you've died a little," and that's what Deadpool does. Hence, why we see the oil drums exploding from the cigarette bum that was still lighted up, and then the opening credits have sort of a James Bond feel to them, and much like the first opening credits scene for the first Deadpool movie, they were mocking and sort of adding in their own shtick to the credit reel. Like, you know how the first movie had, like, written by asshats and all that? Now, this credit scene was definitely funny because not only did they address the asshats that made the second movie again, but they started talking about, oh my god, did you really fucking kill Vanessa? And that transitions to where you go to the X-Men Tower or the X-Men Mansion, where we see Colossus has brought Deadpool in to sort of help him heal and to bring him in as a potential X-Men. And we get the joke about, oh, why aren't other X-Men in this movie? Then we see the visual joke that all the X-Men are there, they just can't be arsed to be in this movie. And they just close the fucking door to their goddamn room so that Wade Wilson doesn't see him. And then Negasonic Teenage Warhead and Yukio being a thing. Now, the way that little sequence was handled, like I get the connection between Wade Wilson and Negasonic, that's still there. But the idea of Negasonic now having a girlfriend, that I couldn't really see, but a lot of people see it, and a lot of people so they know who Yukio is. I don't know. For those of you who read the comics, does Yukio ever get a girlfriend in there? Anyways, they go to this news thing where Fire Fist is like taking out his frustrations of being abused by the headmasters of an orphan home on the police that are there to calm him down. And we see Deadpool going in there as an X-Men in training to try to talk some sense to the kid. And we get to see some action, which leads up to, I don't think anybody has covered this. Deadpool says the line that Colossus says at the end of the first movie, where Deadpool's about to kill Francis for leading him to believe that there was a way to cure him of his cancer. So now it's Deadpool who says this, and in a moment of sheer hilarity and sheer just get the plot moving for Cable, Deadpool shoots one of the headmasters, and he actually gets arrested along with Fire Fist, and they get transported to a high tech prison facility. Well, I shouldn't say high tech, more like high security prison. And then Cable comes in, and we get to know his backstory a little bit. He comes from a future where Fire Fist is grown up. He's into killing motherfuckers. He kills Cable's family to get to him. And we see Cable going back in time while making this face while he's got this little doohickey to send him back in time to where Fire Fist was a kid. And I was like, okay. I don't know why he made that sound effect, but whatever. So anyway, we're in the maximum security prison now, where Wade Wilson and Fire Fist are interacting. And the whole oh my god, I should mention this before I go any further. The whole point of the movie was this was supposed to be a family flick. And throughout the whole thing, I was like, where's the family in all this? Where's the family friendly aspect? So, and it and trust me, the family aspect does come at the end of the film. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. There's going to be that. So, we see the two talking, you know, there's some chemistry growing between them, but not really. You know, Wade Wilson says he doesn't like Fire Fist, like he's not his friend or anything. And a a lunch fight later and going to bed, we see Cable coming in, infiltrating the base, shooting up the guards, and just looking for Fire Fist. And Wade Wilson just, when he sees that there's an imminent threat, he just takes Fire Fist and just runs, like trying to avoid like Cable's. just badassery and just blowing up shit. Then we see three of them fighting, and God, I should have mentioned this. That Fire Fist and Deadpool actually got collars that take away their powers so that they couldn't be used to break out. So during the fight with Cable, Deadpool just gets launched to a table and snaps his neck, allowing the collar to be taken off. Then, when his powers were turning, he was like, "Hello there, superpowers," and he just gets starts fucking Cable up while Fire Fist is being shot by multiple security guards. And then this whole fight scene goes down between Deadpool and Cable with dubstep music, then both crashing out of the maximum security center. Deadpool gets thrown into a lake, has an out of body experience, like a near death experience, and then he just comes back. He did the he had this out of body experience earlier in the film, but Vanessa said that his heart wasn't in the right place to be with her, so that's why he got brought back. He gets brought back again, and next thing we know, Cable is gone, and still in the security center, Firefist is looking for the toughest guy to be allied with, and he goes into the solitary confinement cell where Juggernaut is. Don't worry, you'll see Juggernaut later in the film. And he offers him some food, and it's like, we need to work together in order to get out of this alive. So now, with stakes being raised, and with Cable still out to kill Fire Fist, Wade Wilson and the bar manager work together to create a team to help bust Fire Fist out of transport and to keep Cable from finding him. So we get all these dope characters coming in, just giving their shtick, giving their powers, and then Domino comes in. She's like, "My powers, look." Deadpool's like, "All right, you're in. We'll see how lucky you are when I put you on the X Force." Yeah, which is something else. I really like the uh the social justice jabs that this movie takes. First one being the X-Men is being sexist. Next one is in a later scene where Cable kills one of the prisoners. He's like, "Oh, you killed Black Tom, you racist." God. So like the X Force comes together and they jump out of a helicopter down to the ground below, trying to aim for this goddamn truck. And everybody gets axed off except for Deadpool himself and Domino, who actually manages to get onto the truck and starts driving the fucking thing to try to slow it down. Meanwhile, Deadpool's catching up, and so is Cable. So another fight happens. Fight between Cable and Domino happens, and then another fight between Cable and Deadpool happens, where Deadpool comes in, talks about you leave the kid alone, and Cable. One of the cool things about this fight is the gun that Cable had to shoot Deadpool, and Deadpool's ability to just slash half of the bullets in half. Because we see he's not fast enough to take out every bullet. So at the end, where Cable runs out of bullets, he's just like, "Ow," and then goes back to fighting him. And then shit happens. A massive truck crash happens, and we see that Cable's been defeated again. He he retreats, and Domino gets the safety while Deadpool has to face Juggernaut now. And Deadpool starts fanboying out over Juggernaut. He's like, "Oh, you're my favorite character in the comics," and blah blah blah. It's like, Deadpool, do you not see the fucking mask that this guy has? He's looking to kill you for Fire Fist. Try taking this shit seriously. And then Juggernaut just rips Deadpool in half. Domino has to come in and just back him all the way to Blind House, where he starts to grow his feedback. And the entire gang gets introduced to Cable. He talks about the origins of where he comes from. He talks about what the kid will become in the future. Talks about, oh, he killed my family, so I got to get revenge. Which leads up to Deadpool saying, well, I've interacted with him in the past. Maybe you should give me a chance to basically talk to him and not put him on this killing spree that he's going to go to. And Cable reluctantly agrees. So this leads up to everybody just going to the orphanage. But first, they make a pit stop. And Deadpool just tries to talk to Colossus about what he did in the past and what it means to really be a hero. And, fighting is dirty sometimes. Shouldn't be afraid of spilling a little blood. And it all leads up to the orphanage where we see that Fire Fist has gone in to try to deal with the headmaster. Headmaster says, "You're an abomination," and Fire Fist just flings fire out of his fist to try to kill the headmaster. Of course, he gets lucky and you know it's far enough away so that the flames can't harm him. And he's just like, "Say the thing you said to me before. Say the thing you said to me before you turn me into a mutant." And while that's going on, everybody's like trying to deal with Juggernaut. Then the dopest thing I've ever seen, Colossus comes in along with Negasonic Teenager Warhead and Yukio, and Deadpool's like, "CGI fight incoming." And then we get this really great fight between Colossus and Juggernaut, which ends in Juggernaut gets an electrical lamppost shoved up his ass and then gets dropped in the orphanage pool where he's electrocuted to death. Meanwhile, yada yada yada, some quick scenes later, and Fire Fist has the headmaster in a corner, like he's going to kill him, and then Deadpool just comes in, just like saves the headmaster along with Cable at the last second. And then he tries talking to the kid. And Fire Fist has like no trust in Deadpool, so he's like, "You said it wasn't your friend," and then Deadpool's like, "Oh, it's calm, it's calm. You don't want to kill him because then you'll go down a path that you'll regret going down later on." And he's like talking to him. It seems like he's getting through to Fire Fist until the hug happens. where Fire Fist just fucking burns Deadpool up and is about to make one last attempt to try to end Deadpool's life. And Cable is about to shoot him, but Deadpool gets on his inhibitor collar and just goes in and like take the bullet for Fire Fist so that he wouldn't be killed. And that kills Deadpool off. But, 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 and this is a big but, Cable uses his time thing to go back in time and basically save Deadpool's life. And how, you may ask? E-ball token in front of the gun that he was, in front of the bullet that he was shooting at Fire Fist. That way Deadpool didn't have to die, and Fire Fist would look see Deadpool selflessly sacrificing himself to save him, and that should turn him good. And and that leads off to Deadpool basically saying that everybody there is his family, and then everybody starts to walk away while the headmaster's shouting at them, saying that they're abominations and that their time will soon come, which leads to fucking when Dopinder drives his fucking taxi into the headmaster and kills him. I was just like, yes, vindication for Dopinder wanting to be a hero. Oh god. And then a credit scene happens where Deadpool gets a hold of Cable's time thing through Negasonic Teenage Warhead Yukio and just starts going back in time to just events as they happened, with one of the X-Force men landing and him shooting him off to saving Vanessa that killed to fucking killing off the Deadpool of X-Men Wolverine. And Ryan Reynolds, he was about to take up the Green Lantern role. Oh god, talk about ending on a fucking hilarious note. Oh, well, overall, I'd have to say that this movie was definitely a lot better than I thought it was going to be. It's definitely a lot better than the first Deadpool movie in terms of getting laughs and jokes out there. Like, they make all sorts of jokes, like DC jokes and social justice jokes, jokes that ran on through the first movie, but were only hinted at. We get that little visual gag of the X-Men in there. It's just good shit. Now, I'd recommend that anybody that hasn't seen it go see it. You'll be amazed and stunned at how good this movie is. Oh, anyway, I think that's gonna be it for me. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and this is 64 Beastie Man, beasting out.